Welcome, everybody. Welcome, world. Welcome, my family, my friends that been in this journey for so long. The name of my show is called Get 'em Boot. And today, we're going to do something real different. I lost someone very special to me. Someone that pretty much put me on to sports. Sports that I still watch to this day. It really affected me when I ended up hearing the news with my family, my mother and my sisters, my nephews, anyone, my aunts, uncles, from both sides of the family, that I lost my dad, James Edward Billingsley Sr., the one that created the nickname for me, Boot, B-O-O-T. One thing I can ask everyone to do for me is to pray for me and my family as we still got this journey of our loss. You know, it's not going to take a day or two or a week or a month. It's going to take some years to get through, because I know I'm not the only one that lost a mother or a father. But for me to lose my dad, and we're the only two males in the household besides my sons. But as for like me and my father, we was really, really close when it comes to activities. One thing I can remember my dad is when he took me to my first wrestling event in the Boston Garden. I don't know what year that was, but I remember cheering for Hulk Hogan and looking at other stars that was there. Reverend Rick Rude, rest in peace. Both, actually, rest in peace to Hulk Hogan and rest in peace to Reverend Rick Rude. We watched Heart Foundation. I believe Junkyard Dog was there. Rest in peace to him. It was a exciting atmosphere wise, but I remember my father was, when Hogan came out, I just couldn't stop jumping up and down, and plus, I ended up getting sick the next following day, but my dad laughed. He's like, as long as you have fun, it's all that mattered to me. One other memory I can remember, my father, my dad, Pops, as I call him, is when the best classic fights that we had watched on pay-per-view or HBO, probably before pay-per-view came, but it was still good, because, I'm talking about classic fights. I'm not talking about the Tyson versus Riddick Bowe, something like that. Nah, I'm talking about Hearns versus Leonard. Hearns versus Leonard Part 2. Leonard versus Duran. I think 1 and 2. The one that he really didn't like, even though it was a classic fight, was the Hagler versus Leonard. Oh my goodness. I felt this pain because he was trying to find someone to talk to. And one day he said, "Boo, boo." Like, I ran down the stairs and I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Did you see that fight?" I said, "Yeah, Dad, I was with you." "Did you see that fight?" I said, "Yes, I'm with you. I saw the whole thing." He said, that was disrespectful. They should never give that fight to Leonard. Leonard, with their popularity, Hagler had to fight. He had to fight. I'm like, okay, I get it. I understand your anger. To be honest with you, I didn't know it was going to be that close of a fight. I think it was a split decision, but it gave it to Leonard. And to me, my opinion, I feel it was a draw. But Dad always said there's always got to be conspiracy when it comes to boxing. So, and then it's funny, throughout the whole course of watching boxing and watching fights, yeah, man, there was a lot of controversy on a lot of them during the course of time. So it wasn't like he was telling a lie. I felt like my father was a boxer historian, because he was always into it. He told me stories about the Thriller in Manila, Rumble in the Jungle. I remember I watched a documentary about, of course, Foreman versus Ali. That was tight. But he told me about Muhammad and why he didn't want to go to the army. He told me the stories about that. So I was like, okay. So I sat there and listened. Another memory I can tell you about my dad is when, and I know my mother will laugh, we hear that dun, 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 and it's like 9 o'clock, and I'm in elementary school at the time, and I wanted to watch Monday Night Football with my dad. So I figured that okay, he's gonna be up. He never misses a football game, especially Monday night. And I remember the fight, not the fight, the game. I think it was when Miami beat Chicago to stop the undefeated season. And I didn't watch the game because when I heard I sat down. I said, "Okay, my dad's right there, so he should be up," and he was, as I thought, because as soon as I got a chance to watch 5 minutes, I hear someone creeping around the corner, and it was my mother. And yeah, I had to shut that down. She said, "You know better than that. You need to go watch. You need to get up early in the morning for school." And I was so mad. I was like, man, I thought my dad had my back, but my dad was snoring. So I can laugh about that now, because I think I told him years, like, as I got older, I said, "Dad, you left me hanging." He said, I didn't know you was going to be right there sitting on the floor. I would have said something to your mother. Really? It didn't matter anyway, because I still had to go to school next following morning. I know one memory I could say about my dad that if he was here, is when I surprised him that my old middle school, Solomon Lewinburg, even though it's no more, I won perfect attendance with other students from, I don't know, it was 6th grade, the 8th grade, 7th grade. It didn't even matter. I ended up getting selected, and I was like, who should I take to watch the Red Sox play in Fenway Park? So I told my dad, I said, "Yo, Pop, you want to come?" He said, "How are we going to get tickets?" I said, "I got the tickets." He said, "Really? You got the tickets, Boot?" "Oh, and we're going to go have some fun." Yeah. And we actually watched the Red Sox win. And I'm talking about, this is when the time the Red Sox didn't have no monster seats. They had the nets on top of the green monster. And the seats could have been better, though, because I brought my glove, and I thought I was going to catch some foul balls, but unfortunately, we was underneath the I think, first base side, but there was a roof. So I was like, maybe the ball can curve, and I can catch it. Wishful thinking. But you got to understand, I was a kid. But the whole point was I actually brought my dad, and he was proud of me on that. He said, "You're doing good in school. You look like you're getting rewards." I was like, man, listen, as long as I hear that laugh, I know I'm doing something right. What else I could say about my dad? He watched me play Babe Ruth, a league, baseball league. I think it was like 17 and under. His work schedule was so tight that he didn't get a chance to see all my games, but at least he went to go see a couple of them. He said, "Hit the ball, Boot. Hit the ball." Yeah, I didn't hit the ball, but I got to walk. But as long as he saw me play, wear the uniform, it was the Hyde Park Tigers, actually. It was very, very memorable for me. I played basketball for middle school. I played basketball for high school. He didn't get a chance to see it because of his work schedule, but he heard about the attributes of what I was doing. He knew about me doing good in school, so that's the reason why I played. He also knew that I won. Well, I can't say me, but the middle school I was at, we won the city championship in 1992. I was so honored for that because that's the year I graduated from Lewinburg. And it was like perfect timing because I won so many awards that year. Even in volleyball, yes, volleyball. I won sportsmanship award. There was a lot of boos on that, but I thought they were saying boot, but I didn't care. I just walked up, got my award, and walked down those stairs proud. Like, I got not just one award, but I got two. I think I might got three, but I don't want to be greedy because I can't remember too much. But that was a long time. But all I know is I saw the proud moment of seeing my father smile and my mother smile. My sisters. At the end of the day, it was a classic day, classic event that I'll always cherish. All I gotta say is that this episode is dedicated to him. I know that everyone said I look just like him. I even sound like him. I'm proud of that. And I'm named after him. So at the end of the day, I will always love my dad. I will always cherish the moments and memories of him. I'm going to dearly miss him. Last Sunday was pretty tough. You're not getting a phone call from him. But I can hear him now when what happened to the Patriots that Sunday. Oh, man, just throw the ball, man. Just throw the ball. Just run. Do something. Oh, what are you doing? What are you going to do? What's wrong with them? I can hear him saying that, even though he did live down south and poor soul did not have, he couldn't watch any New England sports. So who else he can contact and find out how the Patriots are doing? There was another time, one last memory I can honestly say, and it had to be the last time I actually went down south to see family. It's when my grandmother, his mother, passed away, and I bought this Patriots hat. Well, excuse me, it was a Skelly with the ball on it. And I said, you know what? To cheer my father up, I'm going to buy this Skelly. And I'm sorry, Atlanta Falcon fans. I'm not trying to rub it in, but people that did call me during that halftime, like, what's going on with the GOAT, the Brady, the Patriots, what's going on with them? I said, okay, I ain't saying nothing about it. But when I saw that Skelly at Logan Airport and I took an early flight, I said, I don't care how much this hat costs. I'm going to buy this hat. Well, excuse me, the Skelly with the ball. And I bought it. And I took a picture on the plane, on my deuces, and I said, I'm going to make history. So when I got there, saw the family and everything, I said, where's Pop? Where's Pop at? Oh, he's coming. Okay. Where's his car? Oh, he didn't drive his car. You sure? He said, yeah, after someone said, yeah, well, he did drive his car. He's just not driving it. I said, okay, it doesn't matter. Where's Pop? He got there, so he drove up. I said, that's him right there. I said, okay. All right, let me get the Skelly ready. Put the Skelly on. And the first thing he said was, oh, man, Boot, you came down here to start some trouble. And I'm like, nah, I just want to tilt it to the side. He started laughing. You just, I don't know what to do with you. I'm like, well, listen, I'm doing it for you, to make you laugh. And that was always a cherishable moment for me, to make my father laugh as much as he made me laugh, because I loved his laugh. But that's one thing I can honestly say. If I forget anything else, that's fine. Because I know deep inside he's in me. Deep inside he's looking down at me. I told him before he got sick like that, I'm about to do something that you've been waiting for me to say to you for decades, like at least 2. And I showed him the picture when I'm pointing at the camera like this. And I said, Dad, I'm about to start a sports podcast. I'm a member of Framingham Access Television. And his response was, mm-hmm. That's all it took. He didn't give me no speech. He didn't give me no one word or a paraphrase. He just said, mm-hmm. Like, meaning like, that's my boy. Get him, Boot. He didn't say that, but I can hear him say that. But when he says Boot, he means it. And one time, I didn't even like the nickname. And then I thought about when me doing the rapping career back in 95, 96, and then came out of retirement after I stopped when I was in college. And then I went to a group called Ghetto Boot Chronicles, and I started capturing that name Boot again. But then I thought about, like, no. I was like, you know what? I'm going to cherish this nickname for the day I leave this earth. I'm going to tattoo it in my arm with the year I was born on my left, because I'm left-handed. And now, as my father is in heaven, with the sports god all above him, all around him, because he is a true sports god. I relinquished that title when I was down south. I'm no longer a sports god. He is. He's a sports ambassador. He even watched playoff basketball, playoff baseball too. He said the seasons are too long. I said it's all right as long as you watch the game. Football, of course, he watched all seasons. But he wasn't much in depth with the sports I like to watch. But still, it's just the fact that I can't conversate with him, and I can't hear his laugh. I can't hear his voice. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna dedicate this show, this episode to him. And as I get ready to set off into the sunset, there's one thing I need to do. Y'all said, like I said earlier, I said I look just like him and sound like him, right? I want you to see this transformation, and as I go, just bear with me. He's in me, and I am him. I love you, Dad. I'll see you soon, but not yet. Make you proud. Later, world. Be kind to one another, please. Be safe. And we did it.